Can you see that? Can you see it? Let me see if I can post a comment. I'm on my phone. So, let's see if my phone is letting me post. Come on, let me post, phone. Come on, phone. My phone doesn't want to let me post. Come on, phone. Okay, can you see that? Oh my god. It's not letting me type anything. Forget about it. Can you see that? Anybody, can you see that? I don't think you can. Post comment. Alright, will you let me type, please? Not letting me type a comment. I'm using my phone and I never use my phone. Aye. Let me post a comment, please. Aye. It's not letting me post a comment. So let me go in here and see if I can get it on here. Hi, I can't tell if you guys, I'm on my phone. Oh, Christ's sakes. Let me put this here. Put that right there for right now. And I'm going to get on my computer and see if I can. Can you hear me from on my phone? Okay. I don't have any power. Okay, alright. Let me go back to my phone then. Alright. So it just looks like fog because basically the whole, wait, let me turn the volume down. Oh my god, it smells like smoke so badly. It's not even funny. Okay, so alright. I hear an echo though. I think that's from my computer. So it kind of just looks like fog because everything is covered with smoke. Like if you look that way, no smoke. It's just kind of, it's starting to dissipate into all smoke. But if you hear that, that's basically all planes coming in to drop water and retardant. It's actually a pretty cool sight to see the really big, there's a plane up there. If you can see that. Can't ever tell if I'm looking through the right thing. My phone is so small and I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, it's a wildfire. Tonight was supposed to be my son's graduation and they canceled it because of the fire. So that just sucks ass. These There's two that I see right now. If you start seeing the ones that drop the pink retardant, that's really bad. That's when things get really bad. There's a plane right overhead. So they're just going from the very, and there's another one that's kind of coming into view. See, there's another one way up there, big plane. And they just fly from lake to lake and drop water. This is crazy. This is supposed to be my son's graduation. I'm supposed to be like having a short live and then getting ready for his graduation. Oh, let me say hi to everybody while I'm here. Hey, KK. Hey, Pink Bow. I've heard a lot about you. Oh, hey, Turtle Dove. Hey, Peaches. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, it's at, yeah, there's 2 planes. I think I hear a third one coming in. Oh, it's fucking hot out too. It's like 90 degrees. It's literally 90 degrees. Okay, let me go back to... Mic off. Oh, there's my... Hey, Jackie Jude, look what I get to see. I know. I was just about to decorate his studio with balloons and stuff, and I got him gifts, and I was just about to go get ready. Yeah, I heard there are other creators who are just complaining about stupid things that mean nothing. Here's something that means something. There is a fire close to my house. It could burn down everything I own, and my son's graduation was canceled. That's real life, and that's what's important in this world, not stupid shit. And when you get in a fight with someone, you don't poke the bear worse. I mean, like, you know, if someone gets mad at you, you talk about it. You don't poke them worse. Like, I really honestly don't know really what's going on between you guys, Pink Birdo. All I know is that, like, after the first thing happens, like, why do you have to make it worse? Like, just, like, let it go. Like, she needs to let things go. Like, you were upset, whatever, let it go. She doesn't always have to go back after people. And that was kind of what I was going to talk about. The fact that, like, she says, I only go after people who go after me. No, I never did anything to you at all, and you just thought I did, and because I did a fart video that had nothing to do with you, and you went after me. And since I came back after 7 months gone, I've done nothing to you. You just randomly went after me. So, you know, that's a lie. But this is real life, people. That is not. Hey. Ugh, it stinks. You guys have no idea how much it stinks. Hey, Pixie Truther. Hey, more truth for the missing. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I gotta text some people who are supposed to come over. My friend Jack just said, I need to be with Enya. And I said, I figured graduation is canceled. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh, sorry, I probably have my camera looking at the ground. Trying to do like stuff, because we were having a graduation party here tonight. So people are texting me like, what's going on? And I'm like, there's no graduation. No, Pink Bow Birdo. I was just saying, you got into a fight with someone who's, I hear, is bitching about random things that don't mean anything. And like, rather than like going back after you, she should have just let it go. Because that just made it worse, and now there's a big fight, and now I hear, I don't know. It's just, when you look at stuff like this, you realize how stupid stuff like that is. You know what I mean? Yes, it's a for a fire, a wildfire. Yeah, this is California for you. One juror matters. Hey, thank you. This is not my first rodeo. We've never evacuated, so we know what to do. But yeah, I mean, that's what I've heard. I've heard she threatened her first, and then after, you know, Pink like kind of went back, which is what you do when you get threatened. Then she goes lower, and then it makes it worse, and it's stupid, especially when you look at stuff like this. Like, I don't know. I figured everything I needed to in my live when I talked to her, and she just could not have a conversation with me, and that just shows it all right there. Pink Birdo, who do you think I'm talking about, girl? Or guy? Can you spray that grass down around? It would be meaningless. If a fire actually got here, it would be meaningless. And the fires out here go across the trees, so they don't even go down. So whether what was on the ground whether the ground layer is wet or not wouldn't matter. The fire would go across all those trees, and then it would probably stop at our house because we don't have anything high. And what's behind us is all vineyard, and actually what's over those trees is all vineyard. So we're kind of safe. But my goodness. But usually at a certain point, if it gets close, we will spray the top of the house and everything. But right now there's 3 planes now going round and round, just cycling. Damn you, I'm trying to stay up your too. I'm a drag queen, so I definitely identify myself as female. Okay. Makes sense. We all. You know, what's funny is she got so angry at you because you're, DNA is a man, but what about Lady Hypoxia? Was she offended by any of that, you think? I don't know. Was Lady Hypoxia being told that she's not really a lady because of her DNA and to just, like, shut up because I think she was offended maybe? I don't know. Oh, it smells. I'm gonna go in for a bit because it's really smelly. It's really smelly. Let me see if I can turn my camera around. Whoops, I turned it off. Well, maybe that's a good thing. Hold on, I need to sit down for a minute. Wow. Oh, hold on. Sorry. There. Oh God, it's still gonna do it, huh? Here, let me get out. Okay, got it. I'm trying to get set up. Oh, God. I'm on my phone and here. Okay, let me just get off here. Oh my God, it won't let me. Yes, stop. Oh my gosh. Okay, can you still hear me on here? I'm back on my phone. I just needed to come inside because it smells so badly. And I'm trying to conserve my phone a little bit because we have no power either. Hey, I love Alta. I don't know if you saw the trailer, but we have a big fire going on. So my son's graduation was canceled. Hold on, let me see. They cannot. Yeah, I mean, you feel the way you feel, and you can, I mean, I think that's just her, I don't know, smallness I don't know what you would call it, but I mean, it was one thing to say that, but it was another thing to say that with someone in the chat who was basically in the same situation as you, right? Like, you can't say anything to her because you were born with an X and a Y chromosome. But what about Lady Hypoxia? You know, like, I don't know. Like, you can't have it both ways. Just like you can't say that the transcript is always right, so you didn't say the N-word, but the transcript isn't always right, so she didn't say mom, she said Melanie. You can't have things both ways. It doesn't work like that in life. Things only go one way. You know, it's either if you have an X and a Y, you're a guy and you can't say anything to a girl, in which case don't sit up there and lick Lady Hypoxia's butt because he gives you a lot of money, because I guess you got to call him he because he has an X and a Y. You know, like, things can't go both ways. You can't just pick and choose. When things work out for you, you say one thing. When they don't, they don't. You can't do it that way. I don't put those talking about, to be honest. I never heard that either. You were just kind of like, wait. Oh, that was upstairs. You were just blocking mods, and there was some hustle and bustle in there, and whatever. Shit goes down, fine. But when does it have to go to, like, you know? But that's the whole thing. It's the, like, you go low, I go lower. Well, when that happens, then the other person might go even lower. And eventually you might come up to someone who's in, like, super psychopath. You know what I mean? Like, one day she's gonna get upon someone who's like a major psychopath, who's like pretending to be like a 13-year-old girl or something, and is just gonna, like, it's gonna be something out of a movie. You know what I mean? I know, trust me. She says, hold on, let me close this door a little bit more. Let me turn this light on. The only thing that's on right now are solar lights. Oh my god, it's so dark in here. The only thing I have on are solar lights. That's why my camera's off. You can't even see me. I'm, like, in the dark. Well, like, she says, I don't do anything to anyone who doesn't do it to me first. I never did anything to her first. Like, you're accusing me of doing something to you first. So prove it. Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Right? Like, what I did was I made a video about taking a fart and turning it into YouTube drama. And she thought it was about her, and it wasn't, and that embarrassed her. So she decided to go after me. That's what happened then. And this time, after I was gone for 7 months, I said absolutely nothing about her. She just randomly one day started talking about how my husband kicked me out of the house and I'm living in my garage with my little shoe things and plastic things. Just started talking about me. Okay. You know, and she just, like, she's just such a hypocrite. You know, oh, you can't talk about family. Well, when you say brother humper, like, so if it's like your brother-in-law, that's okay. But if it was your brother, that would not be okay. And who pays enough attention to know that when you say brother humper, that means like brother-in-law humper? You know what I mean? Like, it's either one way or it's not. You either don't say things about family and you don't say things about family. Or you do, and then you do. You know? That's ridiculous. I mean, you can't say things about family. You know how many things she said about my family? I mean, that's what I was saying right there. Like you said, my husband kicked me out of the house. That's talking about my family. And you're talking about my house. You're saying I live in a garage in, like, something with plastic bags. You're talking about my husband. You're talking about my marriage. You're talking about my house. You know? I thought you couldn't do that. you know? And then she whines how she's a victim. No, you're not at all. You're not a victim. You're just a bitch. And I'm sorry, she is. And then, what was she saying? Oh, that Cartman person. Sorry, I'm pretty much in the complete dark. That Cartman person came up and she said he was a fat Cartman. Because Cartman's always fat. There's no such thing as a skinny Cartman. But when I said fat raccoon, I was calling her fat. Can't have it both ways. Either you saying fat Cartman is just, you're saying that because Cartman's always fat, like I was saying fat raccoon because raccoons are always fat, or I was body shaming you, in which case you were body shaming Cartman. Can't go both ways. Whoa. It just got even darker. Something else just went out. Wow. Like all the power everywhere is going out. We have battery backup, so we have like the important things on, like our refrigerator and the router, which is how I have Wi-Fi. But like not everything has it. I mean, that can't feel good to hear. Whether it's your brother-in-law, your brother, you're like, hey, brother. Like, hey, bro, like, that's my bro, that's my bra. Like, that, whatever. It doesn't feel good, it doesn't sound good. So, how about you just, like, find some different content? Like, you know, like, she's like, I'm going to do comedy. It's like, do you have any idea what it takes to write like a parody or a skit and come up with actual things that are funny? You know, like she flat out says, I intend to hurt people. Yeah, you do. And it's not funny. Comedy is funny. I don't intend to hurt people. It's jokes and it's funny. You know, and it takes a long time to write it and mix it down and get the flow of it. And Pink Birdo, if you ever need to talk to me, my email address is on my website or on my channel. It's just queen@thequeenog.com. But I mean, I think that whole thing is ridiculous. And it's all like, here's what she does. This is how I create content. I look for crazy situations and people doing ridiculous actions. Like for a while, Precious was like a very out of control mod. And everybody was like, oh my God, Precious is like the worst mod. She's horrible. Right? Like even like, you know, creators were like, oh my God, Precious is out of control. So I roasted her and it was funny. And she kind of listened to it and was like, wow, she's right. You know, that's creating content, finding actions out there and making fun of them in a truthful but yet funny way, you know, not in a hurtful way, to like maybe have people change things. That takes some talent. Like rolling out of bed in your robe and just like cursing on people. Like everything is like, you're a dumb bitch. You're a fucking cunt. Like that doesn't take talent. You know, I could come up here and just curse at y'all for a while. You know, I mean, yeah, she does it on purpose. Like what she does, it's not good. Yeah, I mean, it's not good to hear. It's not true. I mean, and who cares? I mean, my God, who cares? Like, is that really all she has to do but care about those kind of things? Hey, Peaches. I mean, I just think it's stupid. And when you're sitting here in complete darkness with nothing but some solar lights on because you have no power, because there's a massive fire like half a mile away, and you should be getting ready for your son's graduation, but you're not because it was canceled because of a fire. That's real. That's things you think about and get upset about. Some random person saying some things is not something to get upset about, but she likes it. because then that's her content. And she does it on purpose. Like I said, in all the situations with me, I have never done something to her first. Never have. And if she thinks I have, she can prove it, like she says. You know, like she's accusing me of doing something to her first. And then that's why she then comes after me. So if so, bring it, girl, bring it. But I think you will find that I've never done anything to her except some skits. And I did that because she went after me first. And it's like, so that's what she does. She just goes after people, waits for a reaction, and then she's like, oh my god, this person is so mean. You know? But then one day she's like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, that you don't bother me. And then the next day she's all bothered. So, like, you can't have it both ways. Like, either people talking about you bothers you or it doesn't. Either people saying things and roasting you bothers you or it doesn't. I mean, it can't be both. And it can't be when you want to be a Billy Badass that, like, you don't care. And, like, you know, at the end of the day, I just hit the X and I turned it off and I laugh at you people, ha ha ha, you know, and then the next day be yelling and screaming at me like, why'd you call me a fat raccoon? Like, if you watch my last live, I was not the one upset, yelling and screaming, you know? Like, she acted a fool. She acted a fool. Which is why, when she left my panel, she went straight to making a video where she, like, called it lying ass bitches, and she went after me. And then I think when she got off, she started looking at the comments on my live and realized she was the one who was a fool. And she deleted it. Dirty deleted it. See? I mean, and where is it? It's still gone. Still gone. So I'm late. I was cooking in the grill. Oh, I would love some rain right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I will put up some pictures of the glass fire, which I think was the last big fire. And I have a picture of a tree about 100 feet away popping just from heat. It like popped. And you just hear this like pop. And it's a tree popping from the heat around it of the fire. I mean, the glass fire, once we left the property, because we didn't evacuate, we were here for 14 days. No power, no water, knowing there's this massive fire around us, burning like thousands upon millions of acres. I mean, ridiculous. And like once you leave, you're gone. Like you're not coming back for probably a few weeks. And probably to no house. So once we finally could leave and we left and started seeing like the destruction around us, I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe we should have left because it was really close to us and it was really bad. And we kind of didn't know until we left. But I mean, a vineyard is a natural fire break. Like a fire can't go through a vineyard. And we have like 100-acre vineyard next to us. I mean, we pretty much have like 270-degree vineyard. But, you know, if anything ever happened, we have these fire bags and it has like water and it has those fire blankets. And it's like you just run to the middle of the vineyard, kneel down, put the fire blanket over you, you know, light a flare because you're way in the middle of the vineyard. That's not going to cause a fire because you're in the middle of the vineyard, like acres away from the fire. And, you know, you just get under that fire blanket with some water and you just sit until someone gets you. But it's crazy. But, you know, you guys have tornadoes and other stuff. I mean, I don't know. Like a fire you can kind of control. You can't control a hurricane. Like people fight fires. You can't fight a hurricane, right? You know? But, oops. I'm in complete darkness. I'm in complete darkness right now. We have a battery backup system, but it's not hooked up to solar lights the solar panels. So it only will give us power for about a day. And then we have no power. So we're trying to conserve. We're trying to conserve the power as much as we can, because once it's gone, it's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. We have earthquakes and we have fires, and that's it. Yeah. And we get really bad fires, obviously. I mean, everyone knows about, you know, everyone knows about California. You know, and I live right smack dab in the middle of it. Right smack dab in the middle of it. I keep getting messages. Hold on, let me just, one sec here. All right, everyone's trying to figure everything out because tonight was supposed to be graduation night. So everybody, you know, we had a party that we had people coming over, you know, we had food we bought, and now it's like everyone's like, you know, are we still coming over? Is it, you know, so got to figure that out. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I run away from tornadoes. I was in Bloomington. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You're so funny. You know, Peaches, I can see you doing that. I can see you leaving your house where you would have probably been perfectly fine and going and running into the middle of a Walmart and just sitting in the middle of a Walmart. I'm just being like, I'm just going to sit here in the middle of this Walmart because no one's taken down a Walmart. Like, Walmarts are like cockroaches. They're going to survive a nuclear blast. Like, they're going to be here forever. I'm kind of like, I feel like I should go look outside, but I don't want to. I'm really hot right now. I really need a fan on. I have battery powered fans, but I'd have to get up. I don't feel like getting up either. And you left Nazareth Beth. That's so funny. I can see you doing that. Actually, my crazy ex house guest, she during the glass fire, her children were actually here because they were supposed to do lunch, and then it turned to dinner, and then it turned into a do certain white things that make you stay up all night. So finally she's like, we're kind of like, you know, we can't drive up there. Can our kids sleep over? And it was like a fire watch night. It was like 50-mile-an-hour winds. It was like everyone knew there's going to be a fire tonight. And she's like, you know, we're all messed up. We can't come get our kids. Can they sleep over? And I'm sitting here thinking, like, girl, you know, fire, like, maybe you don't, but the rest of us know there's probably going to be a fire tonight. And you're all messed up, like, down at the bottom of the hill, a town away. Like, what happens if there is a fire and your children are here? And so anyway, we go to bed, and like 5 in the morning, she's like blowing up my phone. And I'm like, what is she calling me for? I'm certainly not answering my phone. And then she starts texting me, and she texted, there's a fire. We're coming up to get the kids. And I walked down my hall, and I looked out the window, and I just saw this like wall of red coming at me. And I texted her back. I was like, do not try and drive up here. I guarantee there are roadblocks, and you're not going to get up here. And I was like, give me half an hour to figure out what's going on. But she was crazy. She was like freaking out, like totally freaking out. And she kept saying, like, I'm just going to come up there and get my kids. I'm like, they're not going to let you up here. There are roadblocks. You can't come up here. Like, there's no way you're going to get to my house. Like, you gotta just wait at this point. Like, you're the one who made the dumb choice to get wasted and leave your kids here on a fire watch, and now you're, you know, and I don't want them here either, because now that means I got their life, you know, I got their life in my hands. You know, like, do you think I want that? Like, my God, I didn't want that either. So we finally, after like a day, were like, you know, they gotta go. Like, I don't want the responsibility, and the kids were so bored. And having 4 bored kids was even worse. And so But we had to do it very carefully because, you know, technically we didn't evacuate, which is illegal, and we have 2 children here, you know, so technically they could have arrested me for like endangering 4 children and not evacuating. So like me bringing the sheriff to my house was not necessarily like a good idea for me. I could have gotten in a lot of trouble, but we talked to him, and so, you know, so he got there and he talked to everyone to make sure everyone was who they said they were, because they're not just going to hand over 2 kids to 2 people that, unless they make sure, like, you know, they really should have those kids. So the sheriff talks to us. He's like, okay, everything's okay. You 2 can get out of your car and go get your kids. And so the kids are like, we're all standing on this rock wall and we're looking at, because there was one of the planes dropping the pink retardant probably about 150 feet from the house, like huge, and they're huge planes. So to see it that close is like, oh my God. And she gets out of the car, and she's obviously in her black dress from the night before, and she just gets out and she goes running towards the rock wall where we all are, and she's like, get in the car, get in the car. And we're all looking at her like, oh my God, what is this lady on? And I'm thinking, like, girl, you don't need to be drawing attention to the fact that you're a day late and $1 short and all messed up, and obviously from the night before. Like, come on, you can get me freaking arrested. Like, calm down. Like, my God. And yeah, when you have children, you can't scare them. You can't scare them. Like, I always tell my kids, you know, because I have one picture of the kids and they're like in the pool, and you can see in the background this huge fire. Like, they're swimming like there's nothing going on, and in the background there's huge fire. So, you know, they would say, like, should we be scared? And I'm like, don't be scared, because being scared makes you stupid. But you can be afraid, because natural fear makes you diligent, you know? And I said, but until I look scared, you don't need to look scared, because I'm the parent and I'm here to do that for you. But if I start looking scared, then you can be scared. But until then, you know, if you ask mommy if everything's okay and mommy says yes and mommy doesn't look scared, then you know everything's fine. And I'm like, do I look scared? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, then everything's fine. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, oh God, everything's so not fine. Like, everything's so not fine. But that was the first, oh my God, my ex-husband was in there for that, that earthquake, and he was actually at, he was at Stanford, and he said they ran out of class and they laid on the pavement and just like felt the, you know, cement, like it was like being on a waterbed, but they were laying on the, you know, parking area on the cement, and it was just like going woo, 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 woo. Yeah, like it was funny. Like, the kids actually said to me, they said, can we stay here? We don't want to go, you know, with our mom, you know, because she scares us. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, honey, you guys have to go with your, but they didn't want to go with her. They wanted to go with me. They wanted to stay with me, because they're like, we don't feel comfortable, which that says a lot. But, you know, I mean, like, when you go to medical school, you have to learn how to be calm, you know. So if an emergency comes in, you know, you have to learn how to stay calm under pressure. So I'm very good at that. But that was the first time when I remember we were walking through the house, because if we feel that there might be an evacuation, like we might actually have to leave, which, you know, at a certain point, every fire gets that point, you know, we fill the truck up with what we want to take. And then, you know, the truck sits there, and, you know, if we have to go, everything's ready to go. And if not, we're here. And I remember and it was the first time I thought, like, I might really need to leave. Like, we really might have to evacuate. All the fires before that, I was like, this is bad, but I don't think we're going to get to that point. This is the first one I was like, we might get to that point. And I remember I actually had a panic attack, and my husband gave me a Xanax and put me to bed, because I was freaking out, because how do you decide what you take with you and what you don't? Like, everything I wanted to take, I was like, that reminds me of my grandfather, and that my grandmother gave me that. And like, everything had some memory that I had to take it. And he's like, you can't take everything. I'm like, but I have to. Like, you know, like, how do you figure out what you like? that's okay if that burns, but I want to take that. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, I was going through clothes and I couldn't do it. I was like, but I wore that to that, and like, I couldn't do it. I was like freaking out. And if you've kind of like hung around me for a while, you kind of get the feeling that I'm not really a freak out kind of girl. I'm pretty like calm and cool and collected, and you know, I don't get angry, and I don't get, you know, I'm pretty stable. So for me to get, you know, freaking out like that, but I mean, I was literally like grabbing everything, and he's like, you're grabbing everything, like we don't have room, we just don't have room. And my husband actually was at the baseball game. My current husband was at the baseball game, and they got out of there right before, you know, everything got really bad. Yeah, like they got out of there right before it got bad. But my first husband was at Stanford, just riding the waves of the parking garage. And I'm gonna go outside and see what it looks like now. Let me see. Turn the cam on. Okay. Oh God. Oh, the brightness. Oh, it's smoke everywhere now. Oh, it's so bright. Oh, it's smoke everywhere. Actually looks a little bit better, to be honest with you. Actually doesn't seem so bad. But it sounds like a war zone, doesn't it? With all the planes, all the planes going by. Now, if you see a fire that is dark in color, that means there's a structure. So as long as it's a nice whitish fire, that's just like vegetation fire. If you see it turn dark, that's someone's house just went bye-bye. So it's always sad, like during the glass fire, like all once you'd see like a dark tuft, and you'd be like, that's someone's property just went up in flames. That's really sad. Seems like it might be, it seems like it's moved over that way a little bit more. It's more over there. Seems like it, oh, I don't know. It's really hard to tell with fires. Like, it's really hard to see right now. Like, that could be right over those trees and like 200 feet from me, or it could be like miles from me. So hard to tell. But when you hear the planes, that's not a good sign. That's like a really bad sign. There's a plane right up there. Look at that big ass plane. He's going to go fill up with some water. With a bowl of water. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we live at the top of a mountain, so even the firemen were like, he's like, when I have this hat on, I have to tell you that you really should evacuate, but when I take it off, I have to tell you, if I was here, I wouldn't evacuate either. Yeah. Hey, Lynn. Oh my God. I've been in that exact. Yeah, it's like you want to take everything. You like, you just, you know, you're like your prom dress, your first wedding dress. You know, you're like, what jewelry do you take and what do you not take? Stuffed animals, your kids' toys. Like, I wanted to take every toy. You know, my husband's like, you can take one box. Like, here's a box, fill it with all the toys you want to take. Like, and I was like, no, we have to take everything, you know? Like, how do you decide? How do you decide what your life's worth and what's important in your life? Like, that's not a question you can answer. You know, it's not a question you can answer. Like, which one of my shoes would I take? Would I take all my shoes? Would I take the shoes that I haven't worn yet? Would I only take the shoes that I've worn a few times? Would I only take the flats? Are you reading chat? Oh yeah, I see you guys. Yeah, I see you guys talking about everything. But that's why I was talking about my various husbands in there, what they were doing during the earthquakes. See, I was in Pennsylvania during the earthquakes. I haven't always lived in California. I was an East Coast girl, originally born from Western Pennsylvania, East Coast, Italian. It was funny. I was watching my live from last week back, and there are all sorts of comments in the comment section of like, "We Italians stick together." I was like, I don't know how being Italian has anything to do with anything, but I haven't read Discord today, so I don't really know what's going on with anybody or anything because I pretty much spent the morning getting ready for this party and getting ready for graduation. And then I was just going to get ready to check in on YouTube and what's going on when my mom came and was like, told me my husband was out looking at the fire. I'm like, what fire? And she's like, I don't know. He said the fire. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I looked out a window and I was like, holy shit. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? See, I've always lived, I was born and raised on the East Coast, Pennsylvania. And then I went to medical school in Chicago, which I liked a lot, except I could only live there if you're really rich. Because to have your car, you need to be able to park it in a garage. Because if you do street parking, you will get it towed and they will mess it up. But I remember when I lived there, this was like 91, 90, and it was like I paid $500 for my studio apartment, little like tiny little studio, and to have a parking spot was $500 as well. And it was like, really? It costs just as much for me to live as it does for my car? I was like, that's crazy. So, but I liked Chicago. Chicago would have been a really fun place to live in permanently, but like if you were wealthy enough to like live in a place where, you know, your car was parked, and because that was a real pain, the whole car issue. Like if you had to go to the grocery store, like you want a car, you know? Because I'm not a public transportation kind of girl. It's funny, for someone who grew up so poor, I'm kind of snobby about certain things, like public transportation. Lindsay, what's going on about you? I feel like I hear things over like this way now. That's my son's drum studio. I hear something this way. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go check in with my husband and see what's going on. So I'll leave you guys here to look and watch, and I'll be back in just a minute. Let me see if I can get it to stay. There, okay, I'll be back in just a minute. See what's going on. down here. All right. Well, the fire is not really getting any better. It just seems it, I suppose. See, Tracer, what? You did have crystals in your ears. Oh, good. I'm glad they figured out what it was. You know what? Have you ever had Zofran for nausea? I tell everybody about Zofran. And you should still try those wax thingies in your ears. They really do help a lot. But I tell this to everybody. I told this to Kumquat Shelly, and she went and got it, and she's like, oh my God, that stuff's amazing. But there's this medicine called Zofran, and we keep it on hand all times. Because if anybody ever gets nauseous, it's like, take a Zofran. It's like the best anti-nausea pill. It has nothing. It's just, it dissolves under your tongue. It's tiny, and it just like takes your nausea away. I've never heard of anybody having any like bad effects from it. But excuse me, I had a hiccup there. I'm glad you're feeling better, Lynn. Oh my God, I wish you guys could smell what it smelled like. It smells like you're sitting out at a fire pit, like sitting out in front of a fire pit, and the fire is like coming at you. The smoke is coming at you. Like there's a little bug. You want to know the worst part about the glass fire? Is the flies. At a certain point, because of all the animals that die, there's a lot of flies, and at a certain point they start coming your way. So like if we open the door of the house to go outside, like there would be like just like 20 flies would fly in. Like you had to like sneak out of the door and close it really fast. But like at a certain point you could tell, like in the woods, like you could tell there were like tons of like 10 times as many animals just like right in the woods right there, because they were all, you know, coming away from the fire. So suddenly there was like, you know, probably, you know, 20 deer over there. And oh, I've heard of people allergic to penicillin. Oh wow. I'm allergic to bees. But right before my engagement party, all I had taken was, it wasn't penicillin. It was some antibiotic that I had because I had a kidney infection, and it was some antibiotic that no one's ever had a problem with. It's like, it's macrobid, I think it's called, and like it has no history of allergic reaction. But I don't know if that's what it was, but they're like, what have you had? I'm like, well, I took macrobid like 8 hours before I seriously went into anaphylactic shock. Like almost died. Like couldn't breathe, throat closed, like got to where the ambulance comes out of the door, you know, and we were banging on the door because I was like, we got there. My husband was driving as fast as he could. And I was like, I'm going to throw up. I can't breathe. And I got out of the car, threw up. And then I was like my throat was closing. I couldn't breathe. And so we're outside the ambulance thing, just banging on it for them to open it up, because it's not like where you go in. And like, you know, I like passed out, just went unconscious at that point. But like I hadn't eaten anything, hadn't drank anything. I had macrobid like 8 hours prior. So it's like that obviously wasn't what I was allergic to. Who knows what, like it was just crazy. And it was the day before my engagement party. And everyone's like, you know, like, you almost died. Do you want to cancel? I'm like, hell no, I almost died. I'm in a party. I hate fire. We have terrifying. You do have bad fires there. EpiPens are kind of cool though. I wonder if an EpiPen, since it's like adrenaline basically, if it would get you like high if you like just injected yourself and had no reason to. It's just a random thought. Not that I'm going to inject myself with an EpiPen. Oh, there's some birds. Notice how, I don't know if you can hear, but I can hear a lot more animals than I could half an hour ago. All the animals from down there up here now. Can you hear all the birds? Like right over there, I can hear like way more birds and animals. They're all coming up because that's like basically down the hill. I know, this is the most random conversation, isn't it? I think that I just talked to my husband and he said the fire was at about 100 acres. So this property is about 2. So that's quite a bit. I can't even imagine 50 of my like houses are on fire. That's a lot. Well, I'm glad they figured it out, Lynn, because that's scary to. I've never gotten vertigo or anything like that, but it has to be just scary as all get out. Oh, they called off one of the choppers, but now I think it's back because I hear it. Sounds like I'm in a freaking war zone. Oh God, what is that? That's really loud. You hear that guy? That's a big one. Where is he? Something's coming from that way. Oh, whoa. Oh boy. I think that's fire and rescue. Yeah, fires are crazy. The worst part with the evacuation was just like so they ran the sirens, everybody evacuates. And it's like so everybody just got stuck trying to all leave at the same time. And we were like, should we evacuate? Should we not? Like they're actually like they were going door to door. Like they came to our door and told us to go to evacuate. And they had never done that. Like which is why I knew it was worse than usual. Gosh, you can hear all the planes. I don't know if you can tell, but if you like look over that way, but you can see some trees that are burnt, that are brown, and that's how close the fire got to right over there. You can see some trees that have brown burnt in them. I hear something over there. Oh, there. Oh, there he is. Hello, Birdo. There's another one. That's a different. No, that's the same helicopter. Wow. Hello. It's usually so quiet up here. Oh, there's a big guy up there. I feel like a newscaster right now. Hey, little Texas tornado. Birdo, is this the first time you've ever been in my chat? I think it is. Yeah, that's why when you first came in, I was like, Pink Birdo, I've heard so much about you. I've never seen you in here or met you, but I've heard a lot about you. You know, it's funny. I'm like the least judgmental person on the planet. So it's like I don't judge anybody but except on how my, relationship with them is. So like, hi little Texas tornado. So it's like, you know, I don't care what I've heard. I don't believe any of it. So I think you're just fine. I've heard a lot of weird accounts from other people, but I've never heard from you. So I'm interested to hear from you and get to know you for you. And that's how I make my decision about people, by getting to know them. I was here when you went live streaming. Like, oh, you were here when Purple came on. Because I was trying to look at the chat a lot, but it was hard to. Hey, Roxy. I was evacuated. Oh my God, yeah. You are famous, Pink Birdo. You are. Yeah, we had like 3 or 4 really bad years of like each year having multiple fires that we were supposed to evacuate for. And I think the year of the glass fire, there was another fire before that. And it was like out of every 30 days, there were like 4 or 5 days where we didn't have power or something was going on. Like it was a horrible year for fires and things like that. But yeah, Pink Birdo, you are famous. But all I know is like what one person has said, and I don't believe anything that person says. So based on that, I don't really know anything about you. So I have to get to know you for me. I don't get to know people based on what other people say about them. Hey, Mrs. T. Well, I'll have you know, I have not talked about you at all, except when you came in here and I said, well, hello. I've heard a lot about you. But see, I don't have any reason to talk about you because we've never interacted. Unlike some creators who make up things and interactions, I don't. So I'm not gonna try and like I was trying to listen to all that stuff yesterday, and I had a real I couldn't connect Ernie into I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. I really couldn't. And then I was just like, it involves purple, which means it's all a lie, so I don't care. I'm going back in my little like. Sorry. I'm going back in my darkness. I can't take the smell anymore. I can't take the smell anymore. I'm going in where it's cool. See, all I have on in here is these are all solar lights with my shoes, my little plastic bags. That's all I have on in here. So I'm just gonna sit in here in the dark where it's cool and it's quiet and it doesn't smell like fire quite so bad. Okay, now I gotta put my glasses on or I can't see anything. Let's see. People say I'm gonna. Once you get that group talking about you, they're just gonna talk for a while. This is just what I've learned. Is they, just talk to talk because they don't got anything else better to do. So they're going to talk to talk. So just let them talk to talk and ignore it. And, put your truth out there, by like just talking to people and putting your truth out there. Like, I'm glad you came in here. Like, I'm glad I got to like meet you so I could like be like, oh, yeah, totally normal. And the rest was all lies. So got it, but just ignore it. Just put your truth out there and just ignore it because there are certain people who Like that's what my live was going to be about. And I had like receipts and stuff. It was going to be about there are certain creators who the only way they can have content is to either make it up or to start a fight with someone so that they then respond and then act as if that response is the first thing that happened and that that person is fighting with them. And then they have content like, oh my gosh, this person's talking about me. And this person's talking about me. And oh my God, I'm winning. I have 3 clip channels. Like, I remember when Hopi was and Heidi were going on their like tour going after me. And I had a bunch of clip channels. One was made by Hopi's daughter. And I didn't feel I was winning because I had people talking badly about me. I kind of thought the opposite. I wasn't like, oh my God, all these people are going around and telling people what a horrible person I am and lying about me. This is so great. I was like, this isn't good. Like, why are these people just spreading lies? Like, I kind of found it a little horrible. You are being treated with disrespect. I mean, it's just, it's not okay. It's not okay. And that's why I said, like, what do you think Lady Hypoxia feels about the way she's talking about you? Well, I think that's my mom talking to the other. Usually what I do is I ignore it unless there's something like I really need to like write. Like if someone says my husband has kicked me out of the house, that's something I need to respond to because that's not something good to be put out there. Or like, before I took my 7-month hiatus and, all these people were, Harper had given people the emails I got when I was doxxed. And they were all like people doxing me and just trying to like harass me, saying I was a child molester. And so, but they put it out as if it was fact. And that's something obviously I need to be like, no, that's not true. But the stuff that is like, like, oh, you've had plastic surgery. I don't even bother to like fight that because who cares? Oh my God, Pink Birdo. Do you know there's this one? She's a pro wrestler on TikTok. And hey, Jane's Addiction. And I'm trying to remember her name. It's like Pollo de something. Do you know? I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. Well, is Lady Hypoxia like standing up for herself, being like, I can't believe you said that because basically you're saying that about me too? Yeah, just be you. Like I remember when Hopi first started like going after me and just spreading horrible things. And I remember thinking like anyone who believes that is gonna think I'm just like this horrible person. And she was like literally going from creator to creator and going on panels saying this stuff. Like she called vintage, like she called all sorts of people like spreading lies, and I'm thinking to myself, like, even if just like 5% of the people that she has lied to believe the lies, like I'm gonna be like hated by everyone, But you just gotta think anyone who believes lies about you, do you want them really in your life anyway? Like if someone would really believe a lie about you that you were X, Y, and Z, would you want them in your life anyway? No, probably not. So just let people do their thing and just be your honest version of yourself. And that's all you can do. And if people don't like you for your authentic self, then they don't like you. And if they do, they do. And the people who spread lies about you, you don't want them in your life. And the people who believe lies about you, you don't need them in your life. So you may feel like right now you're taking like a hit as far as like people who hang out with you or talk to you or whatever, but it'll all right in its own ship and all be fine in the end. And you'll come out of it with a different set of friends who are stronger and closer than before, if that makes any sense. That's my advice. She doesn't stand up for beliefs. I mean, like, my God, like I didn't even think about it because I haven't been watching over there because I only go in there when someone tells me to. So I haven't gone in there like until recently. But someone said like, you know, Lady Hypoxia is trans, so it's the same situation. And like she's sitting like basically that she's bashing her and she doesn't say, you're right, she doesn't say anything, she just gives her money. Like actually, sorry to blow my nose, the like a couple lives ago, it was the one where they were talking bad about Pixie, but she said she was taking money to roast people. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like, didn't I tell you on my live you cannot do comedy? But so she took like I think $100 from Lady Hypoxia, and she never did any roasting. She just like took money and then changed the subject. Like it was crazy. Exactly. You know what? Everything works as it's supposed to be. And everything, she was. That was the night before that she was trying to buy a wrench. Like that was the night before she was trying to buy a wrench. This was like she kept saying like, give me money and I'll roast somebody. And she kept giving her like money after money, like $10, $20. And like she never didn't, like she never cracked a single joke. Exactly. Because if you're a good person, good people will come around you. Like I said, people who believe something and hate you based on someone else's opinion without even getting to know you, you don't want someone like that in your life. Because that's not a good friend. Like if someone could go from liking you to totally like walking away from you because of what someone else says, like you know, they're going to do that to you later. You know what I mean? Like if you, like they always say, like when you see someone doing something to someone else, like you know, when someone shows you who they are, what's the saying I'm trying to say? Like when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time kind of thing. Like everyone there should realize like there'll be a certain point where you are on the cutting block and you get chopped, you know? And if it's not Pink Birdo, it's going to be someone else. Oh my God. Well, I hope you don't worry about one over here because I don't even have mods. I had two mods for the night when Purple came over, and then people were like, we need some mods. So I randomly just picked a couple people for mods. But I do not care about the mod thing. I believe, you know, people should say what they want to say. And unless someone is truly like homophobic or racist or something, but you know, you can always just tell me. And I don't really see the need for like hundreds of mods and mod meetings and this big deal. And like I heard that blame Katie person say, oh, this person just got a wrench, I'm so proud of her, she really has worked hard for it. It's like, you've worked hard for a wrench? Like, is this a thing? Like, that someone cared? Like, they worked hard? Like, how do you? I don't know. Like, you worked hard for a wrench? Like, what do you do? I mean, like, I don't tell my mods to do anything. I'm like, ask for some likes and you know, tell them about my Patreon every once in a while. I don't know. You know, like I'm not like that. Like, it's like so crazy to me that people are like, you know, oh, she's so earned it. Like, how do you earn a wrench? Like by kissing ass? Like, what do you do to earn a wrench? yeah, like, how do you work hard for a wrench? Like, you know, you just sit there and like say, please hit the like button, you know, every 5 comments, or, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't even know. I don't really get it. But Pink Birdo, you will be okay, because you'll surround yourselves by people who aren't. Like, Purple doesn't like me because I embarrassed her because she thought the fart video was about her and it wasn't. And she was going on her lives, making fun of me, thinking she could. And then I said, that's not even about you. And she got embarrassed. And then she was friends with Heidi, and Heidi got butthurt about my videos about Molly Golightly. And they got together, and they were with Hopi at the time, and they all forged a plan to dox me and everything. And then they decided to, like, oh, we don't like you anymore, and go after. And I did nothing to them, you know. And it's like, they're just shitty people. They're just shitty people. So don't sweat it. I mean, you know, you've met the worst of the worst. Well, no, there are people worse than them, but you started here with a gang of pretty unfavorable characters. So it can only go up from here, in my opinion. She's always talking about that. What are you talking about? Wait, hold on, I'm trying to. Oh, wait. Oh, get out of my way, message, so I can keep. There's a message in front of my chat. There we go. She's always talking bad about that pixie. Talking bad about what? Yeah, just forget about it. Oh, her Discord. Oh my god. People do really care about that stuff. Wait, what one may not wake up? Who are you talking about not waking up? Oh my god, it's like I need a fan in here. I'm like hot. I don't like having. I'm in a room that doesn't have power. Like our backup power only does certain rooms, and this room isn't one of them. I need a fan. Ugh, I'm hot. No, and that's why when I started the live, I was like, I have 3 mods, and only 2 of them are here. And it wasn't a problem. I mean, and it really wasn't a problem. Like, I don't need 150 mods. And there's nobody in my block list. I don't have a single person in my block list. Hate to tell you. Like, if people come in here, I'm like, I got it. I got it. Oh, is something wrong with her? See, I don't want. No, yeah, I have no power. I have no power. That's why I'm sitting in here in the dark. I'm sitting in here in the dark, and then I go outside and look at the fire every once in a while. But I'm sitting in here in the dark. The only thing going in this room is my solar lights. Those are solar lights. So those are on in here. Rather than that, it's pitch black in here. And I'm just fine with that right now. She is. She's very ignorant about it. She's extremely ignorant about it. We have backup power, but it only powers certain circuits. So it powers like the refrigerator and the Wi-Fi and some other things, but it doesn't power my garage. I mean my closet, because it's new. So it's not included in the battery backup. She's dangerous to every community. She's a danger to herself. That's why, like, I mean, she got really pissed off, but I don't care. When I was like, you're raising children. Like, you're a mother and a grandma. Like, you raise children. Don't you want to be a better example to them about how to act? I mean, if you notice, there are always like people in the back. You know, she's just sitting in, like, there's people all around her, her, hearing how she talks to other women, hearing how she, like, I can't imagine if my children were there, but instead of hearing me, they were hearing her. I mean, I can't even imagine it. Like, they would be disgusted by me, first of all. But I mean, imagine growing up hearing that. I mean, there's a reason why. I will never forget that one live where she was talking about her daughter, and she was like, "My daughter will figure out what is important to you, and she will go after that one thing until you cry. She will just go and go and go until you cry." And like, she was proud of her, and she was like, "But wait, but she has nothing on my mom. My mom, you know." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." That's why I asked her. I was like, did you have the kind of mom who, like, when you were upset about something, was like, "Don't you cry," or, or I'll give you something to cry about. Like, clearly there's 3 generations of underdeveloped, emotional, undeveloped people, like, who wants to make someone cry? Like, who wants to hurt someone? Like, and that's where she went wrong with you, Pink, is like, whatever happened happened, and you got blocked, whatever. It was like, whatever. And then she just decided to, like, go lower and, like, make it into something. Like, suddenly it went from some little, like comment section blocking mayhem, just some whatever, to, like, now people are threatening people. Now it's, like, really getting bad. Now she's bashing the LGBTQ community. Like, it went from, like, a 2 to a 10 real quick. All because she decided to, like, make it her content. And she knows exactly what she's doing. And she does. She's like, "I'm going to make this my content." I can't wait till Nick and we are going to do our parody. Oh, what did James say? Mr. Comment. Hey, Mr. Pork. Exactly. Oh, are you okay, girl? Are you okay, Peaches? Hey, Fancy Lamb. I was out looking at the fire, but I came inside. Yeah, last night. Oh my God, yeah. She gets so upset about, but I actually wrote on one of your posts, hold on, and I said, well, if the captions are right here, you're claiming the captions are right, and so you didn't say the N word, then does that mean that you're going to apologize because she said mommy's an idiot? Or are you going to say that you're not going to apologize because she didn't say mommy's an idiot, in which case then apologize because you said the N word? Like, it goes both ways. But she couldn't understand, like, why it was gone. It's like, YouTube is not going to make closed captions with a curse word or an offensive word in it. So, like, even my lives or videos, if you look at them, anytime I curse, it takes it out and it puts, like, a little, underline with parentheses over it or something, whatever. Like, it takes it out and just removes it, But if you listen to it, like she said on my live, just listen to it. If you listen to it, you can hear it. It's a n, and n, and then a ah. Like, there's no ma, ba. It's n. It's like totally different sound choices. Oh no. Well, that sucks, girl. That sucks, Peaches. Well, you're supposed to work to live, not live to work. So if a job isn't, treating you right and is getting bothersome to you, just get rid of it and get a new one. There's many jobs you can have, but there's only one life that you can have. So you got to make your life its best, because you only get one life. So job, go bye-bye. Work on your, you know, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Oh my God, this is like this fire smoke is like getting to me. It's getting to me. Oh my God, it's so hard to see things on my phone. Oh my God, so we have another one. Here's yet another person. Like I keep saying, how many people do I have who have end up here after being somewhere else? I just think it's funny. I don't know how many people I have who like finding. Weren't you going to get your GED? You were studying for it for a while there, weren't you? Oh, she said the N-word. You can totally hear it. And she said it before. I've heard her say it before. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, if you remember in America, Bill Clinton did not get in trouble because he got a blowjob in the Oval Office. He got in trouble because he lied about it. It's the same thing. It's like, and like I was trying to tell her, I was like, people would respect you more if you just said, you know what, I think I made a mistake. And maybe she really did say mom's an idiot. People would respect you more if you just said, you know what, you might be right. I could be wrong. But that's a maturity thing, It's a maturity thing. Hey, Mr. Pork, being able to admit you're wrong, being able to say sorry, those are all, adult things. And if you're not an adult, then it's, hey, deal you woo 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 woo. If you're not an adult yet, it's probably going to be really hard for you to do that. And I don't know if she's really an adult yet. I mean, and that's why I was saying, like, my whole thing when I was talking to her was like, don't you want to come off a little bit better? Like, you have children listening to you who are going to grow up in your likeness, just like your daughter, who you're really proud of that she's a bully and can make you cry. She's like, oh, she's, wants to go after someone. She'll just figure out what hurts you the most and go after that until you cry. I'm so proud of her. Oh, I can't imagine being proud of my boys if they were bullies. I would be so embarrassed. So embarrassed. I would be like, you guys have no manners, you're assholes. Like, I'd bully them for a while and see how they'd like it, and they'd get that bully right out of them. Like, if my kids were bullies, I would, that's not your job as a parent. Your job as a parent is to create a successful adult who can go out on their own 2 feet at 18 and lead a happy, successful, loving, wonderful life. Not someone who's a bully. It's not something to be proud of. It's just strange to me. Strange. And now she'll probably like, now I'm going after her. That's the thing. Like if I talk about, because she came over here, she wasn't tagged in the video. If you look at my live, she is not tagged in it, nor did I ask her to come over. Did not say anything of the sort on that live. She wasn't invited, she wasn't tagged in it, nothing. And she came over, which is fine. That's fine. Totally fine. But it's like, then she went, on her panel or on her channel, and she made a video called Lying Ass Bitches and went after me. So I'm responding to it. But to her, this will be me just like going after her and being a hater and a stalker. No, I'm responding to what you said about me and then dirty deleted it. Lynn, are you okay? I saw someone ask if you were okay. Are you okay? You know what's funny though? I do want, yeah, like I keep seeing, is Lynn okay? Is Lynn okay? She had ear problems and we were thinking vertigo, but they said it was crystals and I thought she was okay. Oh, she is okay. Okay. I thought something new happened. I wish you would stop saying that like I'm a hater and a stalker, because I don't know how I could stalk someone when I, just respond to them. But like the bigger picture is I don't hate her. Like to hate someone you have to have emotions. Like I have no emotion towards her. Like the only thing that comes close to an emotion I have for her is pity. Like I'm not a hater, I'm a pitier. Like I wish you would say it clearly. Like, those are my pitiers. Those are the people that pity me. Because that's what we really do. We don't hate her. Like she keeps saying like, oh, everybody wants me to lose my, like I don't want her to lose her channel. I don't care about her analytics. I'm fine. I'm glad that she's doing well. I don't care to bring down her channel. I don't want her to lose money. Like whatever. She has like 27 people in one bathroom. She needs all the money she can get. Go for it, girl. You do you. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm all about making money. So, I'm not a hater in any way, but I'm a pitier. I pity her. So, like, say it right. My pitiers. Is that even a word? Pitiers? My pitiers. It just sounds like so funny. My pitiers. Pitiers. Oh my god, it's getting really hot here. Yeah, people don't realize hate is an emotion. Like, hate is an emotion just like love is an emotion. And you can't hate someone unless you have feelings for them. Like you have to have strong feelings, like almost to the level of a love to be able to hate. Like you can't hate your mailman that just you see walk by and put your mail in that you don't even know their name or what they look like. You just know there's an entity that brings your mail. Like it's impossible to hate someone you don't know, because hate is you have to have emotions and feelings to a certain level. And so it's like it's impossible for me to be a hater because I never cared. You can't be a hater unless you cared at some point. To hate someone, you have to have cared about them, and I never did. So I don't know, but it sounds much better, right? My haters. Yeah, that's what they usually say. You have to love someone in order to be like hate is pretty much the opposite of love. And so in order to hate someone, you have to love them or have the ability to. And it's like, I don't even know you. You're a complete stranger. And I want nothing to do with you. So I don't like it's impossible to be a hater if you don't know somebody. You can't hate a stranger because you don't know anything about them. It's ridiculous to say that. But it sounds good, I guess. And there are a lot of people who believe her, but whatever. It's crazy. Like every time I have to go, because I honestly, I know they say it, but I know they do watch everything I do. And Jenna confirmed that. But I honestly don't watch them unless someone says to. And when I do, I'm like, oh my God. Like, how do you, God, it would be such a depressing life to live being like that. Just so mad. Like, so mad. Like, all the time. Like just it's just crazy. It's insane to me. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Can't believe we have a fire. We have not had a fire in a long time. I thought we were done having fires. I have many friends who've had their houses burned down, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. That's why we don't evacuate, because to evacuate, for my one son to evacuate, it would be like so like anxiety riddled for him, you know, because he would have to leave making peace with the fact that he might not come back, and he can't do that. So for him, it's easier to stay, you know, and we know when to leave, and we're not going to get in the way of the ambulance, you know, the fire, you know, we're not going to be a bother. We know what we're doing. So, you know, we choose to stay, and, you know, it's just easier on the kids, you know. And if we have to go, you know, we'll go, but we're not leaving till that very last second. God, I hear a big plane right now. The only thing that sucks, and I do have to get some sort of generator just for the well, is that when we don't have power, we also don't have water. That sucks. So you can't really take a shower, can't flush the toilet unless you replace the water in the back with fresh water. Oh, you know what someone told me? That someone showed a disability thingy for your car. Like, I have a friend who used to take care of elderly, and to get one of those, like, you don't, you just need a doctor to sign it. Like, it has nothing to do with like disability by like the government, you know, like getting paid disability. It's two separate things. You just have to have a doctor like sign this application saying that, and it's all very specific stuff. And it's like you can't walk more than like 200 feet without having to stop. Like, it's all stuff like that. Like, she can do those things though. So what doctor would say, like, I forget what they are, but I could look them up. But there are things that are very specific. And I don't see how she could get any doctor to sign off on those specific things. Because it's all like, you know, you need help when walking. You can't walk more than 200 feet. Um, Stuff like that. If I wasn't on my phone, I'd look it up and just put it in here. But I don't know how anybody, because she says like I go camping and I do all these things. So it's like clearly you, like the first one is can't walk more than 200 feet. Clearly you can walk more than 200 feet. So how did you ever get a doctor to sign that? Unless it's someone else's, which she didn't show any numbers, like ID numbers. So it could be anyone's. Could have printed it out off the internet for all we know, on like thick paper and laminated. I mean, who knows what it looks like close up? Could have been a friend's that she asked to borrow. Could be something she got from like a costume store, and it like like you get like I have this play money that looks so real you would not believe. Like, who knows? Maybe you can buy one of those and it's not real, and like at the very bottom it says something like that. Yeah. Um. She. Mom. Yeah. She went to the DMV. How did they bring it back? Because the last time it was signed by the Supreme Court as like done without prejudice. It was like, denied without prejudice. So you you can't bring it up again. Like, it's done. Like, how did, like, I mean, I guess I could look it up. It's all fair content, or public whatever. Every 4 years you have to get recertified. So like when she says like temporary and permanent, it just means that like your doctor thinks you're going to have this problem for the rest of your life. And like someone who is like in a car accident and they can't walk 200 feet because they were in a car accident, and that'll change when they get better from their car accident. It's like, this is something you'll have the rest of your life, so it's permanent. But you still have to read. That's why it said 28 on it, because this year's 24. So every 4 years you have to recertify to keep it. But I don't know how, like, I don't know. Like, it's all kind of stuff like that. And it's like, you can walk 200 feet. You can walk without the aid of, a cane or a crutch or whatever. We've seen it. You go camping, you brag about it. So like, no, having a wheelchair pass doesn't make you disabled. It makes you the kind of person who went to a doctor and had a doctor sign the form that you filled out. Because that's all it is. You fill out a DMV form to get that, and then you have a doctor sign it for you. And for all we know, it could have been like a forgery, a fake, a friend. Like, you never know. Well, the last it was denied, and it was like done because it was all the way up to the Supreme Court or something like that, the Supreme Court of her state, and it was denied. So, like, that's it. It's all public information. I love how she likes to say that I put her disability like I never put I don't even have your disability papers. She likes to say I put her disability information out. Like, how did I put your disability papers out? Oh, she's a total liar. How do you see what I mean? Yeah, no. I mean, it's just like she's just saying that to say that. She probably actually printed them off the internet or asked to borrow someone's because people started questioning her. Or like it's funny, like sometimes she says stuff like people like she said something like people also said I was the one who did X, Y, and Z. It's like I never heard anyone say you like it's like I think sometimes she makes stuff up. Like nobody's accused her or something, but she'll be like, someone accused me of blah blah blah. Like, and nobody did, but she'll just say that to like have something to talk about. It's kind of like what Purple does in a way, except Purple like does something to someone to get a reaction and then acts like that reaction is the first event. That's why I was trying to tell her in my live. There's a thing called action reaction. So you're the action and I'm the reaction. And then you can choose to keep it going or you can choose to let it go. But if you don't like my action, stop creating the situation because if you don't like the situation that you caused, don't create it because that's what you do. You create it. And then I just respond to it. And then suddenly I'm like, oh my God. Like she likes to pretend like her part didn't happen. It just started when I responded. It's like, no, no. Oh, and even today, she said something like, I only go after people who have gone after me first. Hey, KK, it's not like I just go after people for no reason. And I'm like, yeah, you do. It's like, I didn't do anything to you, I promise you. And if I'm wrong, show me the proof. Show me the proof where I did something to you, because I can tell you I didn't. I mean, I actually went back and started recording all of it, like my fart video, and then her little things where she starts talking about. I'm on a phone, and I don't know how to do that, KK. I don't know how to do that. I don't have any power. I'm sitting down here in the dark. I don't know how to do that on a phone. I'm gonna try and look. Maybe it's under the more. Hold on. Hold on. Let me try and figure it out. Hold on. Let me see. Wait, I took my camera off. I was trying to hit. These buttons are so tiny. More layout. Stream info. Wait, maybe stream info. Stream info. No. Let's see. Where do you do a link here? Whoops. Go away. Oh, come on. Okay. All right. me see here. No, I don't have any power. I've got the power. No, I don't have any power. I have no power. I have no water. There's a raging fire behind me. Private chat. But see, this is what happens though. Like, what am I gonna do about it? What am I gonna do about it? There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just gonna chill. So I'm chilling in the dark. God, I'm trying to hit things, and because I can't see, this is so small on my phone, I keep hitting the wrong thing. Third time I've hit the wrong thing. Trying to hit settings, and I keep hitting the thing above it. Fourth time. Because I can't see. Oh my gosh. Where is it? Where'd it go? This is ridiculous. My chubby little fingers. Okay, more. Try and hit right there. Yeah, I hit it. Okay, let's see. Is it under settings? Guests? Maybe under guests. Guests? Guests can stream this. Guests can play a sound. Guests must authenticate. Ban guests. Green room. Okay, that doesn't show me how to give a link though. Guests must authenticate. Maybe if I do that, it'll give me a place where like there's links or something. Hold on. Come on, I'm trying to click you. I hate when you're trying to click things on a phone and you just clicking the wrong thing because it's just too small. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now let me go back. And let's see. Connection is secure. Okay. If anyone knows how to do this, let me know. By the way, I've never heard of the sticker she was talking about. We have numbers and letters. Well, isn't the disability thing though, isn't it like you can't go, like you can't walk more than 200 feet? Like it's really serious stuff that you have to not be able to do to get one of those little car placard thingies. Yeah, the sticker, like I don't know what the stickers were. Maybe like something that like there's got to be some way to identify that it's you, so you can't just steal someone else's out from their car and use it, right? Let's try. Let's no. I'm trying to hit things, and I'm hitting all the wrong things because I guess my fingers are too. I was trying to hit this. Nope, I'm trying to hit the other thing. Oh my god. All right, let me take my glasses off and try without my glasses. Maybe that'll get me. Nope. Nope, still hitting the wrong thing there. Guests. Participants. Invite guests. Oh, I found it. I found it. I found it. Copy. I found it. I found it. Copy. Copied. All right. I found it. Wisconsin eligibility. Doesn't it say something, there's always someone to identify, something identifying on disability permits. Isn't it like really serious? Like you can't be able to walk 200 feet. Like it's like, there, I don't know how she could have gotten something because she doesn't fit any of those kind of things. I have to have some form of assistance from the car to wherever I'm going. Shopping cart, walking. But she doesn't need any of that. Hey, Todd Jack. You went back to sleep, Turtle Dove, you silly girl. You have ID cards? Yeah, I figured there'd have to be something identifying, right? Try. By the way, I've never heard of stickers. Yeah, I've never heard of that either. But I do know those your new house uses power 3 to 4 times a day, then you need to get that checked because you might have like a loose wire and that could cause a fire. And that could be dangerous. Okay, how do let me put this in. Cannot walk 200 feet or more without stopping to rest. Cannot walk without the use of an assistance. Yeah, like she doesn't need it. Like she goes camping and like she takes videos and shows people her doing stuff. Like, I mean, come on. I think it's someone else's. It's restricted by lung disease to the extent that, yeah, there's no way. There's no way. Like, she's fine walking. Yeah. She just did that, which is why there was someone else on panel who was like, don't give them any information. Because it's like, why do you have to say that? Like, why do you have to say that? You're just giving people ammunition because you're lying. Right? Like, we know you're lying. So you're just giving people ammunition. I mean, I'm sorry, but somebody else that we all know with pink hair gave me all of her information. And so that's how I know about her case. And I know that it was like thrown out, like without prejudice, which means you cannot try it again. Like it's done, end of the line. Like went to the Supreme Court of Wisconsin. Like there's no other place to go. You're done. So like, okay, I'm trying to paste in. Okay, here we go. I might. Oh my gosh. Post as. No. I'm trying to post this link for you, KK. Oh, that was fuck. I said that. Probably bought it on Amazon. Yeah, temporary is just like you got in a car accident and you temporarily have an issue, but it's going to go away because it's just because, you know, you got in like an accident or something. And permanent doesn't mean like you now have that sticker for the rest of your life. It just means it's a condition that isn't going to go away. So it's a permanent issue, but she still has to renew it every 4 years if it was hers. But yeah, I would assume the Supreme Court is the highest. I mean, I've never heard of anything higher than that. Run till that, because if I run the numbers from a handicap sticker, it goes with the person. There are numbers that they run to give you a ticket. Yeah. I believe you are correct, sir, ma'am. But I've never seen you before in here, so welcome. But yes, you are correct. There has to be some way of like validating, right? Okay, hold on, let me see. I'm trying to paste a comment so I can, because KK wanted a link. So, okay, why when I hit post a comment, I can go here, and it doesn't even show me my thingy to type. Oh my god. Mobile is so frustrating. How am I supposed to paste this in here? It doesn't even give me a thingy to paste. Yes. Hi.
You want a hot dog or a hamburger?
Hot dog.
You want this open or closed?
Was it still really smelly or is it getting better?
Getting better.
Okay, keep it open.
Did you say hot dog?
Hot dog. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. All right, I don't know. I got to where I can post a comment, but I'm trying to paste the link, and it's not letting me paste the link. Hi, and I usually just listen. Oh, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not one of those like, blah, 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 blah. I just wanted to say I've never seen you in here before, so welcome. It's, you know, we were all once new. That's why I hate when she's like, and, you know, to the lurkers who are too, like, it's not necessarily a lurker or anything. Like, we were all once new. I remember when I first came here, I was watching, I used to watch Molly Go Lightly, and I did it while I was putting away Christmas ornaments. And I never, like, said anything because I was putting away Christmas ornaments. I wasn't, you know, close to my phone to, you know, comment or say anything. I was just, you know, I just would listen as I was putting away my Christmas ornaments. You know, that's it. And that's what we all do at first, right? I mean, that's how we all started out. So I don't like it when people make people feel like, you know, because, you know, like I hate when I hear people go, oh, we've never seen that name before. Let's check. When was that account made? Like, trust me, no one's checked when your account was made. And, you know, texted me on my phone when it was made so I can figure out, like, I never even thought like, oh, that might be a troll because I've never seen that before. I actually thought that's a great name and I've never seen you here before, so welcome. You know, we all were new to some chat at some time point, and if every one of us was treated like that, we probably wouldn't have stayed at that channel. So I welcome everybody, and I also have like 2 mods, so you know, I like to handle things on my own. And you know, if Run Tell That turns out to be, you know, uh, whatever a you know, whatever a troll, then we'll handle it. But you know, I find more times than not when you see new names in your comments and chats, they're just, you know, new people. Ooh, big deal. You know, that's what you want. Hey, J Marie. Oh, I know what I was going to look at. I was going to look something up real quick, which will tell you the full story. But anyway, well, how are you feeling, J Marie? How are you feeling? You had some stressful moments there. I do like that name. Run Tell That. Run Tell That bullshit. Run Tell That bullshit. Now I'm gonna think that the whole time. You know, I think most people usually just listen because, like, even on big chats, like I'll look at like someone like Justin who has like, you know, 1,000 people in there commenting or 1,000 people in there watching, and you know there aren't 1,000 names showing up. It's like the same 20 people, you know, the whole time back and forth. You know, most people, you know, I have over 2,000 subs. Like I don't have 2,000 people I see regularly. You know, most people just like go and watch in the background, and that's fine. I mean, you know, whatever, you know, I'm here to like, oh, well, do you know there's a big fire here, right? I think right now it's the smoke is really getting to me. Like, it's bad. Like, ugh, it's horrible. But usually it'll be it'll get bad when they spray the vineyards because they spray the vineyards with like sulfide and stuff. And when I always know when they spray the vineyards because the next morning I'll wake up and it's just like, oh, I can't breathe. And there are really bad allergies here too. No, I would never think you were a troll. And I hate that when like every time they see someone new, they're like, oh my God, you got to scroll back a little bit. Yeah, my son's graduation was tonight and it got canceled we had like a big party, all these people coming, and like had to cancel the whole thing because there's a huge fire. So they're supposedly rescheduling it for Friday. But yeah, I was like, yeah, just go back for like, like a few minutes and just look. But yeah, like just because you don't say something doesn't make you a troll. That just makes you, not everybody wants to talk. It's that way in life, right? I mean, you go out to like dinner with a group of people. Not everyone's sitting at the restaurant like all blah 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 at the same time. There's some people who like to just sit there quietly and listen, you know? I mean, hey, if she ever tried to show proof, I don't think I would believe her. Well, I mean, are you talking about Heidi's disability? Because it's not even for, um, what's the big thing she says she has? There's so many, I forget. It's for, it's, shoot. It's for, ADHD. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. Yeah, it's not for fibro. That's not what it's for. She has it listed for. I used to listen to, so when I first started, on Twitter, just doing, because it was when Bullhorn Betty went after Crude AF, and she was saying that she trademarked her name, and I have run companies my whole life and started and sold companies. So I know how to trademark things. And you don't just put a TM behind your name and that you've trademarked it. You have to go search it and blah, blah, blah. And is it, to get something that's outside of state, like outside of Florida, to be, multi-state wide, like it's very expensive and it's a hard process. You have to have a logo, blah, 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 all this stuff. So it's like, I just laughed when she was like, nobody can talk about me because I've trademarked my name. So then I made the account on Twitter, Bullhorn Betty TM. And that was my original name of my account. And I used to just do funny memes, like about her press passes and stuff like that. And Burnt Toast showed, and then I had a whole website that it looked like a real website, but it was hilarious. I mean, Hopi actually showed it and said I was actually a stalker when her and Heidi tried to turn everything around and make me sound like I was a crazy person. But anyway, so that's how I started on Twitter. So if you go to Twitter and look at me and look at my early stuff, it's all just like little funny memes and stuff like that. And then I was like, Bullhorn Betty TM. No, I was Just Say No to Butthurt, formerly Bullhorn Betty TM. Because then I started roasting like Molly and Ziggy and big YouTubers. And then that was really long. So then I was like Queen of Butthurt. And then I started doing things other than just roast. And then I was just Queen OG. Yeah. Yeah. I've had a long weird. But originally I was like a Bullhorn Betty like roaster. Like that's like kind of like all I did. Well, she didn't get it, but that's what it originally was for. And it's a hard one to get because you have to show that you can't work it, like it's hard to get. But yeah, I think that's what it was for, ADHD. It had nothing to do. No, 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 no. That's what her original disability claim was, I believe. I could be wrong. But because Hopi gave me all that stuff. She gave me all that stuff. So I believe the original one was for ADHD and like mental issues, like having trouble working productively. So yeah, I'll look it up, but because I have it all. But yeah, so like my members area, I no longer am monetized. I don't want to be monetized. I want nothing to do with the YouTube partner program. I don't want ads in my stuff. I don't want to be, because they just, because they kept telling me like I couldn't, comedy is supposed to be protected as far as like swearing or, you know, saying things about somebody. It's supposed to be protected as parody. But YouTube kept dinging me for it. And I'm like, it's comedy. This is protected. You can't, you know, blah, 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 whatever. So I don't want to be part of that. So I went to Patreon. So all my member stuff is at Patreon right now. So if you want to be a member, you have to go to Patreon. I don't know. I was going to look, Turtle Dove. I was going to look. There was one live that I did that was just about people who weaponize disabilities and stuff like that. It really wasn't about her. And I remember she like went on Perps and said that her lawyer was involved in reviewing my live stream because because supposedly I displayed her disability denial reports. And if I did that, they were going to go after me. And I was like, it wasn't even about you. Like, why do these people think everything is about them? Like, it wasn't about you. And I wouldn't show someone's, you know, things like that. And then they're like, it's against HIPAA. And it's like, no, I'm not your doctor or your nurse. So it's not against HIPAA. HIPAA means that your doctor or someone who is a healthcare provider can't show your stuff. I am not a healthcare provider of yours. Where did I have? But these people are so crazy. Just because they say it doesn't make it true. Exactly. It's like if you can sit on YouTube like that, you can get a job sitting on a computer doing stuff, right? I don't think, see, that's the thing. I don't think she can because the last one was to the Supreme Court and it was like denied without prejudice, which means you can't come back ever again. And there's no other place to go anyway. It was like done, 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 done. So I don't know. Like, you gonna go to the Supreme Court? Like, what are you doing? And how much money are you gonna waste on this? Like, that's the other thing. Like, at this point, because I think Wisconsin does pay you back years. If they would have to pay her like this many years, like let's say she got even $30,000 a year, that would be like $300,000. Do you really think they're going to do that? So they're going to deny her just off that, just to be dicks. Like, there's no way. But I'm pretty sure that she's just talking out her ass to be, you know, have something to talk about. Because I'm pretty sure that she was just like, done, denied, can't come back from that. Like, nothing you can do. Nothing, honey. Where do I have it? Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so here's this one. It will not retro to first application illustrator within the claim. Judge Judy. Yeah, she went to the Wisconsin Supreme Court. I think that's where they got to though, Roxy, because like, right? Exactly. Like, it's funny when I did my video, which was it was the wannabe reality star and the mattress mamas, and there was like a conglomerate of people in there. Like, Justin was in there. I mean, there were a lot of people in there. Like, you know, Vintage was in there. Like, all the people who used to sit on her panel were in there. It wasn't just about her. It wasn't the mattress mama. It was the mattress, and it was the wannabe reality star. It was about everybody, and it didn't talk about disabilities. It talked about, because it was COVID, when, you know, you like went on Zoom with like underwear on the bottom and like a dress shirt on top, and it was just, you know, Molly would come up and she'd have all these women like in bed in their jammies looking like they didn't even brush their teeth. So I was joking on that, like, laziness isn't a disability. But that's when she started like coming at me about that stuff and saying like I put out her information and stuff like that and blah blah blah. But I'm pretty sure that's where it already went to, that it went to the Supreme Court and she got a final denial. And there's nowhere else to go from there, I don't think. There was something else I was going to say. Now I can't remember what it is. But I don't know what she could get as a senior citizen, because to get Social Security, you have to have so many credits in for working so many years prior, and she hasn't worked since like 2004 or something crazy. I mean, she hasn't worked in the last like 15 years at least, because that's when she's been trying to get disability. So that's what, 08? I don't think she's worked since 06 or something like that. So I don't think she even could get that because she hasn't worked to earn the credits. Like, I always had a company, and so everything I did, I never put money into Social Security because I, owned my own company. I did a 1099. I never put money into Social Security, so I can't get money out. Well, I think that one is just for, there's like the one that's because you're disabled that you could get at any age, and then there's the one that you can get if you're poor, and I don't think she can do that because her and her husband own a house, and I don't think you can do that. Like, I don't think you can own anything. All right, hold on, let me look at this real quick. Hello.
Hey, what do you want on your hot dog?
That's my mom, by the way, if you can hear her. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
That's my mom. Yeah, she says she's rich, and then she says she's poor.
What?
Oh, I'm talking to them. We're talking about somebody. Let's see. I'm looking at the case right now, if anything's changed from the last time. Can't believe my poor son's graduation was canceled. Is the fire looking better or worse?
Oh, much better.
Oh, good. It doesn't seem as smelly.
No.
As it did before.
It's not nearly as smoky.
Good. Maybe they got it under control.
I think
this is your first fire.
Yes.
See,
I'm very happy that it's only a couple hours, and I'll never see another one worse than
tell
that.
Mom not to read chat. So I wanted to, like, okay, so this girl, Music KK, she's from Pittsburgh too.
Okay. Who?
Okay, God, I need to get KK on panel. You can own one vehicle. They have more than one vehicle and one phone. So this chick KK, I made a video about her. She's like a big steel. She's like you. She's just like you. She's another one of you.
What's
like?
There can't be anyone.
You guys could be sisters. I swear to God.
No.
I swear to God.
No one's that.
Remember the video I showed you? That KK girl. Remember that video I showed you yesterday?
Yeah. Yesterday.
Didn't I show it to you? Where it was like, oh, Johnny from Pitcairn.
No.
I showed you that video. Don't you remember?
No. I have no recollection.
Oh my God. Let me try and I probably can send the link. I'm gonna try and get her to send. I'm gonna send. Yeah, I'm gonna, so you guys can see each other. Hold on. So where was it? I think it was in settings, and then guests, and then no, not there. I'm gonna get her a link so you guys can see each other and say hi. Hold on, guests. No, damn it, I was just there. General. No. Where was it that I found the link? Well, I haven't copied anything else, so it should still be saved as a. Wait till you see. You guys could be like, I swear to God.
Why? What?
You guys could be,
say that?
because you guys have your Pittsburgh accents, And
don't have an
yes, you do.
accent,
You
no.
do. You say like wash the clothes and stuff. Yes, you do. You have the same accent.
I don't say wash the clothes.
You
I
say
say
like,
wash.
well, you say other things. You say like the spigot and stuff. See, why won't it let me paste there? Oh my God. Maybe I will email it to you. Hold on. Why isn't it letting me paste? Hold on. Maybe there? Wait, what? There. Clipboard. Recent. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, wait.
What do you want on your hot dog?
I said ketchup and mustard.
What in mustard?
Ketchup.
What do you
Oh,
want on your hot
ketchup
dog?
and
Ketchup.
and I just got it
Ketchup.
out of her.
I said it before.
Ketchup and mustard?
Yes, I said it before.
Come on, it's ready.
Wait, hold on. Did you get it? Did it post? Did my comment post? Because I put it on there.
Okay, Michelle, dinner's ready.
All right, well, hold on.
Oh, I did it again.
What? Yeah, you did it. Thanks. Why isn't it? There we go. Wait, I think I put it in twice, but here. There, it's in there twice, but you should see it. Do you see it? Wait, chat. Chat. There. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. All right. Yeah, I know. When she says she gets an allowance, it's like, are you kidding me? Like, you should see it there. Oops. It's in there twice, but I think they all just went upstairs to eat and left me. So I'm going to try and get, I was going to do one other thing too. What was it? Shoot. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I know what I was doing. No, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think the Supreme Court just kicked it back down to the lower court and said, because I think they were trying to say that they didn't consider certain things, so their opinion was invalid because they didn't consider certain things. So they needed to go back and consider it, and they did, and they said, no, sorry. Thank you. I was trying to get my mom to come down. I wanted to say hi to KK. When she's done, wait. Oh, I got to figure out how to see you in back chat. Yeah. Originally, she did. Try again. Oh my God, you're killing me. Like, I mean, I have all the stuff. Well, when my mom comes down here, then I'll send it to you because she's not even down here. But like, okay, so I'm looking at everything right now. Actually, you know what I should look for? I have an account at Trellis. But yeah, you do it for ADHD. But it's like if you can be on panel for hours at a time, how can you not? And I'm sure she's going to be like, oh, this is so going against her privacy. We're all sitting here talking about her. Well, too bad. You talk about it yourself. It's because it's in there twice. If you actually look at it, you'll see it does the HTTP twice. It's in there twice. But my mom's not down here anyway. When she comes down here, hold on. I'll paste it in again. Okay. Can you imagine doing it for, here, let me log in. Okay. Oh, she's just ADD. The last court case concentrated on her so-called ADD. Well, like, that's why you shouldn't talk about this kind of stuff, because, I mean, ooh, there's a big plane. Holy camoli. You hear that? Because all it would take is one idiot calling into disability to say, go to, which is probably why she got rid of her channel. But, you know, to share some things of her, like, because I remember when, oh, that's what I was going to say. When I did my first video of, you know, the, you know, wannabe reality star, first she loved it, then she hated it. But then everyone was like saying, oh, she's just, you know, sits in her bed all day. So then she had this one live where all she did was show pictures of herself gardening and going places and doing all kinds of stuff, basically saying, I'm not disabled. So are you disabled or not? Like, you just spent an hour showing us why you're not disabled. You know, like, okay. Wait, I'm signing in. Why is it not signing me in? Sign in, please. What is going on? Well, yeah, I think that one was dumping some water there or something. That one was really close. Okay, that's not where my subscription is. Now all I can sing in my head is that KK girl. She will go to bat for anyone. Oh, and it's funny, like, when you hear Jenna say, oh yeah, they watch everything you do, you know she's saying that because she knows they watch everything I do. And even when I was friends with Hopi, they watch everything I do. Like, I know they watch everything I do. And I know that from people who know they watch everything I do. Because they've been with them when they watch everything I do. So, you can't say, you can't pretend like you don't. Because you do, and I know I do. And we'd respect you more if you just said, you know what? We do watch her. We have a sick fetish with her. And we want to be her. All right, why is that not doing anything? Sign in with Google. So I sign in. Okay. Sign in. Okay. Why are you not doing anything? So part of it says ADHD, says ADD. Oh, I wish I had. Well, they probably use sock accounts. I mean, like when I have to go in there, when I unfortunately get told, like, oh, they're talking about your closet again, and I go in, I don't go in with my real account because I don't want someone starting to type in my name and then like seeing that I'm in there. Nobody does. So it's like, duh. Like, hello, we're all not newbies. Okay, why does this not let me log in anywhere? Like, there's something, and these glasses are not helping me. Enter your details. Well, what's going on here? I love, well, that's why I originally had my closet or my garage in here made. Because I used to sit under my grandfather. My grandparents had this metal awning, and we would sit there when there were storms and listen to the rain. And I loved it. So when I had this built, I specifically had like the metal roof and everything on top, so it would sound like that. Why does this not? This is weird. I'm like signing in, but it's not like doing anything at all. It's weird. Sign in. And then I do, and it just like doesn't do anything. It's like it's broken. Do I need to use another browser or something? Like, what the heck? Log in. Oh my god. I'm going to use another browser. This is ridiculous. It's not working. Copy from the top and go 3 emails past. Who are you talking to, KK? Alright, let me try and go here. So part of I remember when I read the initial thing, it was like what am I doing here? When I read the original one, it was all about just like ADHD. And the beef, because after the first denial, was something about like, because they didn't consider something. I don't remember what it was. So that's how they got it reopened. But then it was ultimately denied. So I don't know. But then you're saying they did get to reopen. But now they're doing it just straight for ADHD or ADD. I mean, I just would be embarrassed to do that for that long. I mean, like, you have to know you're just taking advantage. Of, like, you know, there are people who really need that kind of stuff. You know, that money is there for a reason, for people who really need that. Like, she can obviously work. I mean, she just set up an office in her house. You can't work, but you set up an office in your house? Why did you set up an office if you can't work? What are you doing? You're making t-shirts. You can work, obviously. Okay, I'm trying to sign in here, and no matter what I sign in with, it just like, it's like the page doesn't even do anything. Oh boy. Come on. Why does it not even? I wonder how long I'll be without power. An account with this email has already been created. Please use login. Yeah, I'm trying to log in. I'm trying to log in. Ay, ay, ay. Why won't it log me in? I don't know why they would say keep fighting, because, I mean, at this point, if it's not gotten, I mean, it's not going to be. I mean, how many times do you have to be denied to realize you're done, you know? Unless they're just doing it because they're like, if you do win, you would get that back money, which would be like a whole ton, you know, like a windfall. Fly, get away from my head. I hate flies. Okay, sign in. It like does nothing when I sign in. It's like it's dumbfounded. This is getting annoying. I don't know why anyone would tell her to keep going. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to sign in. Sign in. Trying to sign in. But you're not letting me. I'm gonna give up on this and go someplace else if this doesn't work. Wait a minute. It like does nothing when I hit sign in. It's ridiculous. Okay, forget you then. Yeah, I think they only get paid if you win, so. No, I'm talking about some other place, a law place. Yeah, they don't, because I had a friend, which is why I know about it. I have a friend who went and they actually got it, like when they were young, which never happens. Like you rarely get it when you're under 50. And it gets a whole lot easier when you're over 50. And she got it like the second thing. Yeah, so she isn't paying them. They only get paid a portion of. Yeah, disability attorneys only get paid when you win, and they take a percentage. Yeah, like if she won, like that's the thing. Like some states, oh, some lawyers do. Like 12 years, like since 2008. Yeah, my friend did one when she was like 47 and she got it on the second time, so got denied the first time and then the second time she got it. And her lawyers just took like a certain percentage, like at once winning. So, I don't know. But I mean, I guess that kind of would make sense then why, you know, they would keep you going because like they don't get any money until you win, so they want to keep going until you win, I guess. But you would think after that many years, like the first one was um 2008. 'Let's see. Fly, get away from me. Get away from me. Ugh. ALJ Patrick Bergen issued a written decision on 2022 concluding she was not disabled. After the Appeals Council did not assume jurisdiction, Bergen's decision became final and she filed some action. All parties have consented to the full jurisdiction of a magistrate judge, and the matter is ready for resolution. So, what does that mean? Oops. Whoops. What was that? Something just popped up. Whoops. She's been trying since like 2008 or like 12 years. Like a long time. Like a long, 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 long time. I'm trying to read this to see. Let's see. Courtney not to sign. Further remand is necessary so that the ALJ can explain how his finding properly accounts for. Okay, opinion evidence. There was one part in here where it was like, it kind of, they said it's questionable because sometimes she gives answers saying she's fine, and sometimes she gives answers saying she's so depressed she can't get out of bed. And like it said something like her answers don't represent that of a person with actual disabilities, or like basically saying like she's a liar, because she like sometimes says she's okay and sometimes she says she's not. And it was like, she changes her mind, and that's not what normal people do. Like, you're not like, I'm sick one day, I'm fine the other day. Like, it said something like she was forced to go to like a psychiatrist and said she was fine, and then when she came here though she said she wasn't. I don't know, it was just weird stuff like that. I'm just trying to read this whole thing because it was updated in 2023. It's just updated. My God. They keep, I mean, they're not gonna, I mean, they rejected it like 6 times. Well, that's why I'm saying, like, she really shouldn't talk about this kind of stuff, because all it would take would be like one person to be like, because it says something in here like, she has to prove that she can't sit still and concentrate on one task for at least 2 hours. And it's like, but she can sit for a 4-hour live stream, and all it would take would be one person to say, oh, here you go, check this out, and she'd be toast. Like, that's why you don't say your personal stuff on the internet, because there's a lot of people who've seen that she's perfectly fine. Oh, here's another big plane. Yeah, if they did get it reopened, I can see why she would stop going on panel, because going on panel is obvious that she can obviously sit and concentrate on one thing for 2 hours. But I mean, all you have to do is go back a few months. I mean, she started this years and years ago, so this problem she's had for like 12 years. So she can't say like, well, yeah, that whole time I was trying to get it, I was fine, but now I'm not fine. But I said I wasn't fine then, but I'm not was fine then. But now that I'm not fine, I'm still saying the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like she's been saying she's not fine for 12 years. So okay, what's your secret, KK? But it's true. It's like you're trying to lie to the government to get like a ton of money. Like, and she's doing it because she thinks she'll get back money. in which case, like I said, if it's $30,000 a year and it's for like 15 years, that's a shit ton of money. You're not. Oh my God. Were you with Raining Corn Dogs? I'm pretty sure you have a daughter. But it's true. She just had an office mate. Why does she have an office if she can't work? Like, right? And she still does sometimes come up on text. So, I mean, it's like, you're totally fine. Anyone who saw you on YouTube would know you're totally fine. Probably why she doesn't come on YouTube that much. I don't know, stuff confuses me. Like, I guess it went back to the Eastern District of Wisconsin State District Court. And they have to determine it considering her ADHD because they didn't consider that the first time or something like that is what they're trying to say, I think. You know she's going to be all bunged up about this. They were talking about my personal medical issues, which I talked about as well. It's like, if you're going to talk about it, of course other people are going to talk about it. If you don't want other people to talk about it, don't talk about it. Like, that's the thing that just cracks me up. It's like, you talk about it and then wonder why other people talk about it. If you didn't talk about it, no one else would talk about it. You tripped on your bike and you're so funny. Why won't it let me? Okay, fine. We'll just do this. Oh, I don't know what this is. There we go. Okay, fine. All right, let's look this up. Okay. Whoops. Go away. Sure. Okay. How embarrassing wouldn't you think it would be for her husband to have like someone so like, you know? I don't want to turn my ad blocker off. Please. I don't care. I'm not going to turn off my ad blocker because I don't even know how to. So stop. Let's see. I gotta pee, like, really bad. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Huh. Stop telling me to waitlist. Yes, I'll waitlist. Turn off my ad blocker. You do it. Yeah, don't use, because he's got her going for like 12 years and she hasn't gotten anywhere. So don't use that one. Why doesn't it find anything? That off. I'm gonna go check out the fire in a second and pee. I think it's almost like, I think it's getting, like, oh, I just said I'll whitelist. So I've got an ad blocker, so it won't let me look at anything. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know why this isn't like working. Ugh. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. Oh wow, it looks like great. The fire looks great. All right. Well, all the smoke is getting clear. Katie's husband opens his mouth. Oh my God. Who has a new video? I'm surprised more people didn't watch my Slashy Motos video. But that was when I first came back and I wasn't in the algorithm very well. The algorithm. Oh my God, don't even start with me on Buckeye. Oh my God. That little wanker schnitzel. She just, oy, 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 that's all I have to say. Her and her, you know, I'm telling you, she's another one of those that just made up crap. Just made up crap to get some relevancy, made up crap to start fights between people. I'm telling you, that's what these creators do. Oh, shoot, my phone's just shut down. Shoot. stage. Woohoo! Hello, 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 hello. There, that one. Hello. Okay. Hello. Hello, hello. There, now you can hear me. Woohoo! Woohoo! Look how big I can get my circle. Woo! 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 My circle isn't getting big. There's my circle. There's my circle. Woohoo! Now you can hear me. I see my I see my thingy bubbling. I see my thingies getting bigger. My bubble's getting bigger. I feel like a guy. If my mom comes down this way, I'll give you the link and bring you up. Oh my God. The fire. So there was this massive wildfire that just randomly came along like 5 minutes before we had to go get the kids because today was supposed to be graduation for my son. And so randomly this fire comes along. So the school's just like, come get your kids. Woo-hoo-hoo! See, I can get my thingy bigger than any other YouTuber. Woo! Boop, boop. And they're like, come get your kids. And so now supposedly graduation will be on Friday. So we'll wait till you see her. She looks like KK kind of. But so we had this big fire come. They canceled graduation and said, come get your kids. Then the power went out. And it's like 95 degrees here right now. So I was sitting in here and come get your kids. Like, come pick up your kids. Like, take your kids off our hands. We don't want the liability of them. And so I was just sitting in here with all the lights off and just my solar lights on. Yeah, I would have been like, I still got 10 minutes of freedom. I'm not coming just yet. Fuck you. You said you'd have them until 2:35, so I'm not coming till then. I'm doing my own thing. So, we had this big party and food and blah, blah, blah. And then fire. And the thing was supposed to be at 6 o'clock. And now the fire is like pretty much like just about gone. And it's like we could have gone. Like I still hear like there's a plane. So whoa. Fucking A. That's a big one. Who's that? That's that same helicopter that keeps coming by real low. Exactly. I have an app on my phone that I can look up anybody who's in the air. And like, oh, and my phone died. That's why I got gone there for a minute. My phone died. And I was like, oh shit, I can't charge it because I have no power. And then right when I said that, my fan turned on. And I was like, I think I just got power back. I guess I can charge my phone. But I have an app on my phone where you can look up any flight in the sky. I know, don't jinx it. But we had backup power, but this room didn't have any power to it. Like I could have gone in other rooms and had power. But I was here with you guys. Hot and sweaty and uncomfortable. See, the things I do as a creator. Hey, Stone, but not alone. You're in California, but you're LA area. We just like went through a fire situation. I'm sure you know how that goes. But it was supposed to be my son's 8th grade graduation. And we were getting ready to leave the house to go pick him up from school. And we had planning a party tonight. And I was going to have a live just from like 3 to 4. And then like the thing was at 6. And then all of a sudden this like little like 100-acre fire, like 500 feet away, came upon us. And so they canceled graduation. And then the power went out. And it's been just a real fun time here, you know, for the last like 2 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. Holy shit. Yeah. So I've just been here on the time. I've been on like fire watch. I've been showing people what it's like to live in California. You know, you live in California when you come on your live stream, you're like, oh my God, guys, there's like a fire going on. And you're totally like not even thinking about leaving your house or anything. You're just like, there's a huge fire right over there. See it? Because most people, normal people, I need to make a community post with pictures from the glass fire. Because that was the craziest one. I mean, there was one time a fire broke out from the backside of our house. And it was probably like 150 feet away. And a little ember shot out to, we could see like our, because we're like at the top of the mountain. So we could see this one lady's house that like an ember went and like started on her tree. And we're all like up on top of the hill. And there's like me and my husband and then my friend who knew her and like all that stuff. And was like, oh my gosh, I got to call her and tell her, like, you know. And so we called 911 and we're like, you know, get someone over there. And so my friend calls her and he knew the son. So she didn't recognize him. And she's like, fuck off. And we're like, serious lady, we're trying to let you know that there's a fire like at your house and we're trying to help you. Like, you know, go outside. And she's like, the fire's not that close yet. And we're like, serious lady, we're looking at it. And like, she didn't believe us. She thought we were crank calling her. And then she went outside and she saw the fire and she saw us like waving from the top of the mountain. And she was like, oh my God. And we're like, don't worry. We called 911. Just like try and like keep water going until they get there. But it was pretty funny. Because she was like, we're like, you know, we just wanted to let you know there. And she's like, who is this? How do you know me? And my friend Jack was like, you know, I know your son, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you don't know him. You guys are just tricking with me because I didn't evacuate. And we're like, no, seriously, like come outside and you'll see the fire and you'll see us like just look to, you know, we saw her come out and we're like, look to your right. And then we're all waving at her and then she could see the fire and she's like, oh my gosh. You're smoking your dessert. You guys are funny. We had a grower's permit for a while. And we called it the secret garden. And it was when the kids were really little. And like they knew about the secret garden, but they didn't know what the secret was. So now that they're older, we've told them what the secret was. And they're like, oh my gosh, our parents are rebels. Stone has a very cool channel. He talks about cool, like, think outside the box type stuff. Like, I told him about the black crow that comes now as my dead cat poo. And it's weird, but, like, I'm telling you, it's my cat poo. I hear him come. Did I tell you guys he came to the door and was, like, at the door? It was crazy. I heard something, like clawing at my door, and I looked at the door, and then it stopped, and then it came again, and I went to the door and opened it, and I saw him flying away from, like, you know, obviously low on the ground to flying, you know, like a plane taking off. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, Pooh, what were you doing here? Like, he was seriously knocking at my door. Who can it be knocking at my door? Pooh, 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 pooh. Run away. Don't you invade my home. You are much welcome, Stone. He does. He talks about, like, I don't know. The one time I came up, you were talking about crows. And they were showing a cool picture of crows in a tree and how you often can't see them. It's quite interesting. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, but we were talking all about the fire because I was going to do a quick live just, like, talking some crap. But then there was a fire, and I was like, well, I feel like a newscaster. I was like giving updates on my fire. I often see my dog walks past me. She is still here. Oh my God. I probably shouldn't say this. I hear and see people all the time. I see dead people. I don't know what I see, but I see strange things sometimes. Like, swear to God. Sometimes I will, like, see and hear people. And I was on TikTok today, and I saw this one person had a service dog who, I guess this guy was, I don't know what the fuck he was, like schizophrenic, something. He was something. He was a whole something and a half yard. And so when he saw people, he would say to his service dog, greet, you know, like go greet the people. And the dog looked back, and if the dog would see people, the dog would go to the people and greet them. And so if the dog, like, looked back and then just looked back at him, he would know that what he was seeing was not real. I don't know if that would be creepy or if that would be, like, relieving. You know, like, you see people standing in front of you and you tell your dog to greet them and he just looks back at you. So either you realize there are really people there, or you realize that you see dead people and you're hallucinating all on your own and you're just fucking crazy. So which would be better option? I don't know. But for him, it was, you know, you never know. Like, I always, you know, one time, I don't know why, but I had this, like, I had a cold. I was, like, really, really sick, and I had a fever. And then all of a sudden I started, like, having these visions that we were in a world that was in a world that was in a world. And no matter how small you got, there was still a world smaller than that. You know, so there was always one bigger controlling the smaller world. And I totally started overthinking it and freaking the fuck out in my head. I think I just had a fever and was, like, weirding out on myself. But I had this moment, and I, like, actually called my husband and made him come home from work and was like, I'm freaking out. Something's, like, wrong with me. Like, something's wrong with my brain. And he's like, what are you talking about, weirdo? And I was like, I don't really know. No animal sense in that shit. Yeah, it was, like, totally, like, I don't know. Animals do see things that we don't see. I know that for sure. For sure. Animals see things we don't see. I mean, I have seen my animals, like, stare off it in space and, like, as if someone is there, and, like, you know someone's there, but you can't see it. Like, just like they can hear at levels we can't. Why can't they see at levels we can't? Like, are we really so narcissistic as to think we're the only people in the universe? That we're so cool and wonderful that there's no other life in this universe other than us? Like, if we're all the universe has to offer, poor fucking universe. Like, wow. Universe is pretty pathetic. Like, if we're all, like, I remember, I don't know if I was watching something or what, but someone said, like, if there's other life in the universe, why don't they come and try and make contact? And it's like, well, why don't ants come and try and make contact with us? you know, because why would they? Like, why, you know, like, we're probably lesser than them. So what do they care? You know, like, that's not a reasonable thing to be like, just because they haven't made contact doesn't mean they don't exist. My dog stands on the back of my armchair. But I was watching something on YouTube, and I don't know, it probably was fake, but it had like a cat reacting to, you know, supposedly ghosts in the house. But it was, if it was real, it was pretty freaky. I mean, there was some pretty freaky stuff. My son and I, my oldest, we used to sit and we used to watch this one YouTuber that had a taco blanket. I forget his name, but he used to have people send him in creepy TikToks, and we would sit and see who could not get jump scared for the longest, you know, because one would come up and one of us would scream and it'd be like, you lose. But yeah, I mean, cats especially. I remember the first earthquake I heard, I was sitting and I thought my cat was like standing on its hind legs, like scratching the back of my chair, you know, so my chair was moving. And then I looked and my cats were both standing in the doorway, just like looking at me. And I was like, oh shit, something's about to begin. And then like a second later, we started having an earthquake. And it was a little one. It was like a little one. But still, they knew. They knew something was going to happen, like before it was going to happen. My daughter was part-time hairdresser working for me at 4. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I swear to God, I just saw someone walk past my door. I'm not even kidding. I just saw someone like in like a blue shirt. I can totally picture him. He was like a bicyclist and he just walked past my door. I swear to God. My doodle Winnie is your doodle Winnie. Oh, like doodle, like that's a kind of dog. Cat that would go under the bed. Oh, wow. Did I show you guys that I found a mouse and Sam wanted nothing to do with it? Oh my God, I didn't put it up yet. So, you know, Sam, feral cat, they wouldn't let me have him because he was so wild. He was going to be a danger to the family, right? And he was a killer when he first got here. Yeah, the fire's got me all, I've smoked too much smoke and now I'm all wackadoodle. I'm wackadoodle. I'm a wackadoodle right now. I'm a golden wackadoodle. I'm a golden fake ass Barbie doodle. I'm a fake ass Barbie doodle. How about that? I just look at him and I'm like, Sam, you have failed your job miserably. Failed his job miserably. But wait, let me take a bite of my hot dog. But I find this mouse and I was cool with the little guy. Barbie doodle. There you go. And he was cute. I actually considered keeping him as a pet in some moment of lapse of reasonability and all sense of logic in adulthood until the fucker bit me. And then I was like, you're done. And I said, here you go, Sam. And I held him up to Sam. Sam wanted nothing to do with him. Like, what the fuck? A parody as Sam? Oh my God. Just start like, see something shiny and just go bap at it. Oh my God. I videotaped it. Let me see if I can find the video. Oh my God. It's insane. Like, he does not want anything to do with this. Hold on. Cancel. Oh, let me save this. Let me find the video of him wanting nothing to do with a mouse. And I'm like, Sam, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Did not want. Like, I've never seen a cat fail a job more miserably. I've never seen a cat with like literally mouse right here. I'm holding him. Here you go. All you have to do is like bite and suffocate it. Like, you know, is your nature as a cat. All right, where did I put it? Did I put it? I think I put it in my Dropbox. I think I did. I think I moved it. But it's just so like, oh my God, I was shocked. Let me find it and I will show it to you. I have to put it up too. Where's the one folder? Where's my folder? All right. Here we go. I have little shorts I want to put out from my last live too, because I had some good moments in there that I was like, dude, that was a good moment. That was a good moment. Okay, where is, there it is. Okay, all right, hold on here. Pixie as in, oh, I didn't even think of that. No, I was just thinking of my cat, Sam. Yeah, no, my cat. No, he can do whatever he wants. I don't care. But it was just kind of funny. Like, I can't believe, like, you know, they weren't going to let me adopt him because he was so wild and dangerous and all that crap. But yet, clearly, he's not anything. Like, he's so wild, he doesn't even want a freaking mouse. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I gotta move the audio up. Is it really this long? It's not really this long. This is like forever long. I just want to show you the part where he does not want. I like, my eyes are really like, swear to God, I'm going like blind or something. But they're all like, ugh. Oh, there we go. I don't think this up here. Oh, there he is. Okay, so, all right, let me adjust the audio. Just audio. You're gonna be like shocked. And then I put him in the sink because there's no way he could get out of there, but he did. I don't know. But I think eventually Sam got him because I did see a trail of some poops for a hot minute and then I didn't anymore. So I think Sam got him. My poor mom had to sleep in the room and she was like, I can't sleep in here if there could be a mouse in here. And I was like, I don't think there is anymore because I don't see any poops. Oh my gosh. Okay. I hear another big plane coming. I hear another big plane coming. Okay, come on. All right, there's a mouse. Okay. All right. All right. Mouse time. Can't believe I forgot about this. I was gonna put it up and put it on my community page, and then I completely forgot. Can't believe we just had a fire. That was kind of like a little crazy. The things that go on in California, I swear to God. California is like, I don't know why it's so expensive to live out here because some crazy ass shit happens. It is not really all that great. Can you cut there, please? Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, let me export it. All right. I can't believe, I mean, you don't know how many mice he killed in the garage when he first got here. You have no idea. Like, ridiculous amount. And the fact that he wanted nothing to do. Oh my God, I can hear them do that too. They're so weird. Well, you never know if you're in danger, I'll tell you that much, because that's the thing about fires. When they're like this close, if the wind changes directions, you could be fucked at any moment. That's why you must respect the fire. That's why that night I was like, if the wind changes, that fire will be at my feet in like 5 minutes or less. I would just have enough time to wake everyone up. Her thingy got too big and exploded. I swear to God. I swear to God, my computer just all at once went black. Like, just done, gone. Like, in the middle of, like, exporting my mouse video. Write a song. Each person writes a couple of lines after each other. Well, give us a like, topic for the song. I'll go first. What's the top? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't tell if anyone can hear me. And this thing isn't letting me type because this thing hates me. Can you hear me? Oh, you hear me. Okay. All right. That's the topic. Heidi and Purple. They were a bunch of derples. Heidi and Purple. They sucked my butt. There you go. Now you can go next. And I'm going to try and get my stupid computer to turn on. Oh, it turned on. I'll try and finish the mouse video. Heidi has diabetes. No, Purple has diabetes. And Heidi has diabetes. And they look like crusty cheese heads who make live streams from their beds. Heidi and Purple sitting in the bed, wishing that they had a brain in their heads. Realizing they color penises with pencil lead and wishing they could just marry Fred. That's it. Bam. See? Don't mess with me. I'll make my bubble really big. Ah! Alright, let's log in and see if I can get my mouse video going. I am good at every try. Right said Fred. I can say Fred. Right said Fred. Oh God, we don't want that. You have to say it 3 times. Alright, you guys sing while I try and make this stupid video go. And then I'll come back to my computer so I can actually see there. I swear to God, I'm going like, oh, sorry. Sorry. I don't know what an Addy is, but it rhymed. So that was good enough for me. I have really low expectations of life. See, that's the key to life. Keep your expectations low and you'll always like be excited. Okay, there's a mouse. Where is the other part? think somehow I got rid of the other part. I didn't want to. Oh well. I got low expectations, so I don't even care. Okay, how's that? Okay, alright. I was exporting it, but then my thing died. I wonder if it's still exported. Exported. Oh, address. Oh my God. Remember when she was all pissed off about that and you could literally see it said like made by Google, like on the picture? And it was totally Google's picture. It was taken from Google Maps or whatever. And she was like, no, somebody came to my house and took it. Like she actually said, I know it wasn't Google Maps for a fact. Someone came to my house. Like if she wouldn't have said that, she would have been fine. Because once she said that, I had to put in her address and see what picture came up. And sure enough, that picture came up. And I was like, you just, why even lie? You know? Woohoo! The fire has been stopped. All evacuation warnings have been lifted. That's pretty cool. Okay. And that's the first one. Thank God. I'm too old to live in heat like this. It's hot. Like, I'm too hot to sweat, man. Whew. That was too hot for me there. That was no bueno. No bueno. I can't believe all this and we missed this stupid graduation. God. And it's like the graduation was supposed to be at 6, so we kind of like could have made the graduation. Please bit me. Sam, do you want a mouse? Oh, wait, hold on. Be quiet. Okay, this is a killer, right? There. Okay, hold on. Now I gotta move to... Oh, I got power now. All right, now let me try and get on here, and then I'll show you the video. I don't know why this one doesn't work. All right, let's put it on my browser. Why does this one not work? It's annoying. Annoying. Oops. They bit me. Sam, do you... There. Okay. Come on. Load up, browser. I'm gonna get on StreamYard. Oh yeah. Well, we don't have water when we don't have power because we have a well and it takes electricity to power the well. So we're gonna get a generator just for the well, but it's expensive. So everything's so expensive. Okay, so. All right, okay, I'm gonna come in on my computer. Okay, hold on, I'm coming on my computer, so let me get out of here. Okay. How do I? Hello. Oh, sorry. Stop. Phone. Okay, that was my phone. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to show you the video. Share audio, use tab. It's not tab. Okay. You want a mouse? Okay, this is a killer, right? You want a mouse? I don't even want the mouse anymore. It's supposed to be a big, feral, scary cat. You killed tons of mice in the garage. You want this mouse? I'm giving you Me. Hello there. Hello. Okay. Okay. Now I think you can hear me. Can you hear me? All right. I'm just gonna go.